Okay, here's a quick little review of exponent rules. So on the first one here, I'm going to switch some color here. 2 times 3 numbers are normal, so -6, and then you're counting x's. So I have 2 x's here, I have 6 x's here, and so if you count, I have 8 x's total. So that's my answer. And again, if you're not sure, write it out. And again, the trick is when you're multiplying exponents, you add them. So multiplying, you add the exponents. All right, here I have a power to a power. So again, numbers are normal. 5 cubed is 5 times 5 times 5. X to the 6. And then I have 3 groups of that. So I would have x to the 6, x to the 6, x to the 6. That's x to the 18th. And I'd have y squared, y squared, y squared 3 times. That's y to the 6. And again, if in doubt, write it out. So you would write it squared 3 times. So you can see what you have. And so again, you can see the 5 times 5 times 5. You can see the x to the 6, x to the 6, x to the 6, and the y squared, y squared, y squared. A power to a power, the little trick is that you multiply exponents. Division, numbers are normal, so this goes in there once, that goes in there fourth, so we have 1/4. Here you have 10 x's and 2 x's, so when you cancel, you get 8. So x, 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 10 of them, and 2 down here, they cancel, 8 left up here. Again, the 1's optional, so if you just want to put x to the 8th over 4, that works also. And when you divide, you subtract your exponents. So this looks like the word ma. When you multiply, you add. This works like PM or AM. So PM stands for if you have a power, you multiply, and divide, you subtract. Again, really you're counting. That's why you add. Here you have groups, and so you're multiplying. Here you're canceling, so that's why you subtract. All right, so let's look here. We're gonna cube everything. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Power to a power, that would be x to the 6th. And a power to a power, that would be y to the 24th. Okay, now again, if you're not sure, just take that original problem and write it out. It takes just a few seconds, and then you can kind of see if what you're doing looks right. So I can see my 27, I can see x, 2 x's here, x times x, 2 factors of x here, 2 factors of x here, so I have 6 factors of x. And then I could write all these out too. I could write out 8 factors of y, 8 factors of y, 8 factors of y, and I can see that. All right, over here, let's see, I have numbers are normal, I get 8, and then here, if I do the little trick, I get x to the -5th, but we like to rewrite that. So negative exponents mean to reciprocate, so we're going to take this guy here and we're going to put it in the denominator, and once we've done that, we fulfilled the requirement of the negative. The negative exponent just means to flip it or to reciprocate, so this is my final answer. Here I have a power to a power, so I have 25, I have x to the -6 and y to the 8th, and again, we don't really like negative exponents in our answer, so we're going to reciprocate that, so that means it's going to end up down there. This one, negative numbers do not mean to flip or reciprocate, it just means debt, you owe money, so reduce that, that's a -1/3. Now, here, if you're a think about it person, you're going to move this and move this. If you're a rule person, you're just going to subtract. So I'll do the rule person first. Rule person is going to take a -10 minus a -12, and they're going to get x squared. And so that's the final answer. If you think about it person, you're going to be like, oh, this 10 should really be down here. So x to the 10th should really be down here because negative exponents need to reciprocate. And this one also needs to reciprocate. And again, once you reciprocate them, the negative's gone. And so then you just count. I have 12 x's up here, 10 down here. When I cancel, there'd be 2 left up there. All right, and this last one says to square and reciprocate. So if I squared, I get 16x to the 4th, but I need to reciprocate. I need to flip it. I need to put it in the other location. So normally, if this was just squared, this would go in the numerator, but because it's negative, that means to reciprocate, it's going to go down here. This is going to be y to the 6th, but again, it's not going to be in the denominator, it's going to be in the numerator because the negative exponent means to not only, or to reciprocate, and the 2 means to square.